Um, Before I start, if you do not know where I am at, please click away from this video. um, yeah, spoilers, major, extreme, mega spoilers. So, yeah, come back when you know what this is. If you don't know what it is, no, please do not watch. Experience the game, um, first. But anyways, yes, hello there. Welcome to Octopath Travelers. Yes, you know that game from the Switch. Today we are at the end game. So yeah, I played this game. This is gonna be like my first like recording of voice by this game at least. And yeah, I wanted to record the ending, so that's where I'm at. I'm at the ending. So in the game, you know, just stories for like each of there's 8 characters in this game, and each one goes through like a journey. And of course, I like beat all of them, right? And then there's also side quests, and I've beaten all the side quests, but there's one side quest left. Um, and it's not your normal side quest. It's like a special side quest. It basically unlocks like the secret end game. Because even though I beat the game, there's still a little bit left. So I'm not gonna really go through the story. That's hopefully for another time that I'll go through the story. This is just me beating the end game. Although I will be reading the story, I'm not gonna be talking about the story that much because that's not important to this video. But yes, at Journey's End, the last side quest. And yeah, so before we even, I guess I can just jump right into it. And I'll explain a little bit later what it's all about, or I can explain now, I guess. So this is the end game, and just to preface what's going to happen, I'm gonna battle. It's like a gauntlet, like a boss gauntlet. So there's 8 characters, and then in the story there was a story about each of them, and at the end of the story they had a boss fight, right? But whatever. And then this like end game story is basically going to be a continuation of like the game, but like it's a boss gauntlet. So you have to battle 8 bosses, and then of course after you fight your 8 bosses, there's gonna be more stuff, more bosses, of course, right? That's how they work. And yeah, I basically just tried to I played this part once, so I can show you the save file. So this was my first save file. As you can see, July 24, 2019. This was when I beat the game, or when I beat the first main story. So when I beat Olberic's first main story, and I put a save file before that. The second save file, which is January 14th, so 2020. That's 6 months later. About this was when, or like 5 months later. This was when I unlocked the end game, and so this was my save file before I embarked on this end game. I died miserably because I was super underprepared. So I've spent the last like 7 months preparing for it. I mean, it doesn't take that long to prepare, and that's what I'm doing today. As you see, level 70, level 74, and level 99. So yes, I'm maxed out level, and I'm prepared to beat the end game, which I didn't beat before. And I want to record it because it's gonna be my first time beating the end game. I kind of know what happens because I played it and I died. And I've kind of seen what happens at the end. But of course, this is gonna be my first time experiencing. I'll talk a little bit later, but let's just get in. Again, story is gonna be confusing, but if you play, you know what's going on.
Is that so?
So I found my father on the other side, truly. Let's bring up the volume. Trust me, kid, he's there waiting for you. I see you very well then.
Is something the matter? Oh, forgive me.
I'm not feeling so well. Why don't you go on ahead? I'll catch up soon.
Yes.
I'll be waiting for you.
What have we here?
Oh, here's a familiar face. Fancy meeting you here. I trust you came for Kit, yes?
However,
Apologies, but the lad is quite special to me. my soulmate, if you will.
I think not.
I'll thank you not to interfere. That's assuming you could interfere, even if you wanted to.
The gate
Pass
of
beyond the
Phineas.
gate of Finis, and never again may you return to this world.
I leave it to you.
Follow us if you so choose. But first be certain that that is truly the path you wish to tread. Farewell. So yes, once I pass through this gate, I have to beat all the content because there's going to be no saving. This is a little safe book. Once I go in there, I can't save. So yeah, I'm going to be playing this until I either die or win. Highlands Gate of Finis. And we are here. So here are 8 bosses that we have to fight. And, okay. Now I want to talk about preparation. So of course I maxed out all my characters. As you see here, I'm gonna use, so max level 99. So it took me like 60 hours to grind everybody up from what I had originally to level 99, and I also did a little bit of preparation. So I made a video on my preparations already, but just to like quickly talk about it. One of the main things besides grinding levels is that I also grinded 900, or not 999, but 99 revitalizing gems and refreshing gems. These are gonna be, if you haven't played Octopath Traveler, you won't understand what I'm trying to say here, but these are your premium healing items. Revitalizing gem fully restores HP, SP, and BP, which is extremely good. This is basically like, why would you use energizing pomegranates, healing grapes, or plums when you can just slap revitalizing jam, you know? Also, farm 99 olive of life large. I'm not gonna use many of them because hopefully I don't die. But yeah, just keep that in mind. I have 99 revitalizing gems, which fully restores BP, by the way, which is super powerful, better than the energizing pomegranates, which are like the rarest item in the game, I think, or the rarest healing item in the game, because you can't farm these, I don't think. But anyways, yep. As for team setup, I didn't really look online. I looked online for one character, which is Tracer, but everybody else I kind of just made these teams on my own, strategies on my own, and yeah. So the strategy for my first team here, the Oberic, Alphen, Tracer, and Ophelia, this is my power team, and this is gonna take a long time explaining. But basically, Oberic is my main damage dealer. So of course, there's physical damage and there's special damage, and one of Oberic's attacks is his Brand's Thunder, which just does a lot of damage, and this is basically a support team to get him to do a lot of damage. Alphen is basically the shield breaker. I have him as my sorcerer, so he's gonna break shields. He's also a healer in that he can he has the ability to make like Concord potions and stuff for the team, which is really useful in doing AoE BP. But yeah, that's basically, he's just support. AoE BP. He also does some healings. He also does have Daughter's Charity, which any items used on a single ally will affect everybody. So if you remember revitalizing gems, if I use this ability on a character and then on that character I use revitalizing gem, it affects everybody. So yeah, full HP recovery and BP recovery is kind of crazy. Also, just having toxic is good. Although I don't really think you can poison endgame bosses. But anyways, yeah. Tracer, on the other hand, she's the one that I actually looked online about, because I looked online a little bit, just find out things about the game. And a lot of people say like endgame Tracer as Rune Lord is beast, and yeah, she is beast because Rune Lord is basically any like physical attack you can throw out a special attack alongside it. And what Tracer does is that she can, again, this is all self-buffing. So what she does, I don't know, hopefully this makes sense to anyone who's played this game. What she does well is that she can transfer rune. So what she does is anything that targets herself targets everybody. So that means that she can give these special runes that do damage to everybody else. So boosting, like for example, Oberic's physical attack, I can run alongside it a special attack, as well as her also having sidestep, which she's able to dodge a physical attack with 100% success rate. But with transfer ruin, all my teammates will have the same ability to avoid an attack, and this end game is extremely strong because you literally just dodge all their attacks, which is extremely powerful. And also she has rest, so self-recover of HP and SP. And again, transfer ruin that affects everybody else. So yeah, she's support. She also does have like donate BP. So if I want more BP aside from Alfin using his charity and his Concord, there's something I can do more. She also has the Bolagar's Blade, which I actually haven't used yet, but hopefully it doesn't come up. Basically, I just deal a bunch of special. I do damage to all 6 elements with all 6 elements, which is basically really strong. Again, at breaking shields, just to soften my opponent up so that Obir can come in. And then last but not least, Ophelia, Starseer. Yeah, she's just healing support again. Heal more, just really good AoE healing. Alphyrix, Allspice. Again, it's like a special move from the BP. Skills performed by a single target or by a single chosen ally will trigger twice. It's just good for Tracer, being able to like transfer ruin, because it only lasts for 3 turns. So being able to transfer ruin for like 6 turns, and again, the ruins, the side steps, the rest, they stack. So. But also she does shooting stars, which again hits for wind, light, and dark, which is again good at breaking shields. So just really easy at breaking shields. And yeah. For support skills, I basically just have patience on everybody. Because being able to go twice per turn is really strong. Suppress power, physical power, BP eater, I mean, it's all pretty self-explanatory. SP saver is just really good at not needing to worry about SP. Even though I will SP heal a lot, it's still just something that is good not to worry about. Second surging on Tracer, so that she can, for her rune attacks, they trigger twice. And that can do a lot of chip damage. But anyways, that's my first team. Also, as you see, I have Ollie's dad following me. So for, of course, for Ophelia's ability, you can have a person tag along with us, and that person just has full enfeeblement, which weakens the target by a lot. So yeah, that's my first team. Again, my equipment and stuff is not anything special. I just have a bunch of defense, and HP buffs, along with some, strong weapons. But yeah, nothing too crazy. I have some accessories that prevent me from certain status conditions. My second team is Therion, Cyrus, Honnet, and Primrose. This team is a lot weaker than the first team in my opinion, but it's basically Therion carry. So Therion as a War Master has a very strong attack. Winners, I guess. Battle Cry wields 6 weapons to unleash 6 attacks on all foes. It's basically just a lot of damage. So this team, I just want him to attack a lot. Yep. Cyrus has the he's an apothecary, so he again has the daughter's charity. So I can use revitalizing jam and just BP everybody up. Honnet here is really good because she has, again, she's support. I mean, all these guys are just gonna break shields and support the Therion, who's gonna AoE destroy everybody, right? Again, it will make a lot more sense once it's in action. Honnet, she has the ability of leg hold trap, which makes the foe end or attack last, which is really good at basically avoiding attacks. Because if they attack last and you time your breaks perfectly, you can like avoid a lot of attacks. Again, that's just a gameplay thing. She also has, again, you know, she's also a merchant here, so again, she has the BP. She has to sidestep, only on herself though. So her main purpose is really just the leg hold trap and to break shields. If you're weak to arrows, she has the arrow storm, which is really good. But she is also MVP, and so we'll get to that a little bit later. I actually have never used her. I've never used her like powerful weapon, so hopefully we'll get to that, right? And Primrose, probably my weakest member of all the 8 characters. Yeah, again, she's just support. She's a dancer, which I don't have a dancer on my team, but yeah, I mean, she's basically here just to support the team, break shields. She's also the healer for this team of 4. And yeah, I mean, she's honestly just here to break shields and support, but it's mainly Therion and Honnet here. The reason why Honnet is good, first off, Primrose also has someone following her. Again, it's just another full enfeeblement. It's to weaken my opponent, maybe decrease their physical defense so that Therion does more damage. But here's the money here. Honnet has the ability to capture beasts and use them on her team, and I have captured a full team of cats. So what cats are basically, I use them and I don't actually know exactly what it does, but I know that I can get invincibility basically. If I use Chubby Cates, the supreme luck of the Kate is extremely strong, because if I summon it, as for my turn, it just does crazy stuff, and like I'll literally be invincible, which is interesting. I've never used this before, so hopefully it doesn't just fail me. I probably should have tested it before. But yeah, anyways, enough talking. Let's start playing. I'm gonna start off with this team first. I'll switch around, but yeah, we have to beat all these 8 bosses in just one sitting. So here we go. The first one. Do battle with the unholy presence. I am ready.
Better roll up the sleeves.
Okay. So, first boss fight here. It's just gonna weaken us, do a decent attack. So first things first, I like to weaken my opponent's shield. But of course, this is Shadow Warner. You guys know who Warner is? We're just going to attack. We'll do a level slash here. Not weak to that, so I'm just scouting out weakness here. They're going to do Ignis Art there. Not weak to fire, we see. For Dressa, I'm just honestly just going to transfer rune first. I want her to start giving runes to like Olberic, doing a lot of damage. And Cleric, we're going to do Shooting Stars again, searching for weakness. We see that Warner is weak to both wind and light. And it looks like I'm going to be going again here. So we can again do Shooting Stars. Trigger what weakness is. And then with Tracer, we can go ahead and honestly, I'm just going to do a sidestep here. So as you see, sidestep 100% physical dodge. This affects all targets now. That's why Rune Blade Tracer is OP. And then now, we can go ahead and give a rune. Because if I gave a rune last turn, it would have wasted in that turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a wind rune. I'll probably boost this too. Do a wind rune. Additional wind damage for 7 turns. Physical attack, do additional wind damage for 7 turns. Now with Olberic, I'm going to actually attack, just so I can break off that shield, so that my enemy won't attack again. Turn auras up here, by the way, on the top right there. And so boom, we do additional windy pursuit damage.
Alright.
Now with Alphen, we're going to Concord here. Just AoE BP here. Give 2 BP on everybody. Now Ophelia can go ahead and use the Alphix Asp whatever on I'm gonna do it on Tracer here. Right, and you can kind of see how and again, everybody's going first. See, that's why patience is good, is because you can go twice. So now with Tracer, I'm gonna go ahead and, as you see here, sidestep again. And so now, sidestep triggers once, but because of Ophelia's special ability, it triggers again on everybody. And so everybody has 100% dodge to physical attacks for 3 turns. Or for 3 attacks, which is extremely strong, right? And for Alphen, honestly, at this point, it doesn't really matter what I do, because I basically have won this already. I guess we'll do Ventus Ultra, I suppose. Honestly, a physical attack probably would have done more damage. But, now, defense, I dropped the defense of my... Oh, wait, I haven't dropped defense yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to, Thief Skill, Armor Corrosion. What this does is reduce physical defense. So now my Oberic will do more damage. Honestly here, I am just going to use a reflect an elemental attack. So Tracer, what she does is she resists physical attacks, or like prevents physical attacks, and now with Reflective Veil I can reflect elemental attacks. And so I'm going to give this on my weakest character, which is Alphen here. In terms of HP, he's the weakest. Now Oberic can do max damage with Grand Thunder, which does 66,000. And then when he hits again, Tracer, of course, I'm going to just I don't know. I guess we'll do Transfer Ruin on me, just to refresh it. And then Alphen here, what I like to do is just poison. So in poison for 8 turns. Next turn we are going to BP AoE again. Keep that in mind. Sweep again, all dodge because of Tracer's ability. So I don't know if he's weak against daggers. He is weak against daggers. There you go. Again, the rune damage does so much, right? And now we can, yeah, I don't know. What do we do here? I guess, Steel SP. I guess for some damage, right? It does break shield too because of the rune. 7,000. We can do Axe here. Do I need anything with Thressa? How much? Okay. The Wind Blade. Oh, weak to, Axe. There we go. Oh, we broke the shield too. Wow. Okay. Yeah, the axe that she does, it attacks twice, and her second serving is also really strong. So here we are going to Concord the more Essence of Pomegranate. And as you see, this is how this team functions. Just really, really high stuff here. Oh, and again too, wow. Okay, we can Concord another one. We can do... Yeah, we can do this.
Try this.
Okay. Everybody has max BP, and yeah, this should do a lot of damage here. Yep, almost 99,000, but 98,000. And there you go, first boss beat. Yeah, hopefully it goes that. Okay, these 8 bosses are cake compared to the final bosses. But now after every boss fight, you get a little story. And now, just to give you context about this game is really good. I actually really enjoyed this game. When I first beat it, or at least when I first beat all the main story, I gave this game like an 8 out of 10, because there was a few things, a few complaints. One complaint was that mid-game boss fights were a bit too dragged. They dragged on for too long. They weren't hard mid-game boss fights, but They dragged on forever. Like it might take me like an hour to beat a boss fight when it really shouldn't. And there was no difficulty to it. So yeah, that's my only complaint in terms of gameplay. I think end game boss fight and early game boss fights are fine. And another complaint was that the story, although the stories were really good, they didn't seem to connect with each other, which is the one thing I thought would happen throughout the game. I thought stories would connect and intertwine with each other. But like, for example, Trace's story about her finding a book and going on an adventure. What does that have anything to do with for example, Primrose's story where, her dad was murdered by these three weirdos, and she had to find the truth about all that. There was really no connection. But then after discovering these little entries of text, it intertwined the stories. So yeah, this game is a 9 out of 10 after the end game. The end game really ties everything together. If you haven't played it, it's really amazing. But anyways, I'm gonna read all these. So my throat's gonna hurt a lot. But I'm not gonna explain anything when I'm reading it. Again, that's for another day when I've actually played through the game and went through the story and recorded it. My first one, anyways. From the records of Lord Warner of Riverford. Lord Warner, or we bow to somebody who was Warner ? So keep that in mind. Holmberg will fall. I still remember her smile as she said those words. The words. I was a score of years ago now. It was a score of years ago now, perhaps more. A simple sellsword I was then. When she came to me with a sack full of leaves and dark promise in her eyes. She knew as well as I did that I had far greater aspirations than selling my sword for a coin. A coin would have not to be a start, and what a start she offered me. Not only the leaves to free me from another man's employ, but as much as I asked for to invest in my plot and establish the connections I would need. The life I always dreamed of was finally in my grasp. I can use her to get all that I ever wanted, or so I thought. And so I took the girl up on her offer and began my plot to bring down an entire empire. I would need men if I were to accomplish anything, so I created my own sellsword company, the Black Brotherhood, I called them. I spent 3 years doing nothing but gathering information on Hornburg. Then, using what I earned, I began to systematically remove any obstacles that might stand in my path. I used the girl's connection to bring my company of sellswords very much in demand in Hornburg. I used the worst of the lot, those with no scruples and nowhere else to go, and made them out to be the bandits and thieves. I set these villains to attacking the borders of Hornburg, and then my black sword brother would turn them back. It was quite the performance. Other armies didn't stand a chance of beating us to the site of each battle. The skirmishes all took place far from the heart of Hornburg. We knew ahead of time exactly where they would happen. Since the foes we faced in these battles were in fact our own men, it was an easy feat to give the appearance of crushing defeat. Through this farce, the Black Brotherhood won the hearts of the people living in the borderlands. In those borderlands, ingraining myself with the family of these borderlands, I used their introductions to buy trust among many powerful houses of Hornburg. The tale of the Black Brotherhood had spread throughout the realm by then, and I used the woman's money freely to strengthen my ties to the powerful men within Hornburg and without. Still, King Alfred was well beloved by his people and his bannermen. It would be no small feat to win their hearts away from him, in which case things would become much easier if he were simply not in the picture. Hornburg would not last without the people's love for their liege binding them together. And so my eyes landed upon Erhard, who held a bitter hatred of the king within him. I had him appointed as a member of the king's own guard, so that he could be in the perfect position to do the deed. All that remained to be done was to give Erhard the chance that he was all too eager to seize. Mixing lies and truth, I lit a fire among his strong young warrior. Among this young warrior I befriended. I could sprout any lie, and it would not have mattered. Humans care little for facts. They'll believe what they want to believe. In the end, it took me 12 short years to bring Hornburg to ruin. After the kingdom fell, I decided the time had to come to settle my accounts with that woman. I disbanded my company, having no more need for sellswords, and used the riches I had accumulated to buy myself the land and status that would see me through my remaining days. To tell the honest truth, that was not easy. I could have gained even more that had I remained at that woman's side. She could provide me with wealth and power beyond any human's wildest dreams. But to pursue this any further would be madness. Perhaps I was already mad to have served so long at her beck and call to bring down a kingdom. She was beautiful. There can be no doubt of that. But I did desire her, even for a moment? No, for within that attractive trapping was evil, pure evil, intent on bringing humanity to ruin. If a man dared touch any part of it, his own flesh would rot and fall away. She was a lethal poison. She was a witch. So I cut myself off from her entirely and did not look back. Funny though, is it not? In the end, I could not escape her. She brought about my ruin as surely as if I had indulged in her poisonous touch. For in the end, just as I felled Hornburg, it was Hornburg's last night who laid me low. I've read that so many times, but I still learn something new every time. Whew. Anyways, just quick healing up everybody. Yeah, it didn't cost me a lot. Anyway, second battle is just gonna be kind of the same thing. Same strategy, I should say. But here we have a beast. Fang is dripping with poison. Beast jumps about, eyeing you warily. So we're just going to start. Yep, predicted that he was going to be weak to spear. We can go ahead and shooting stars here. No, weak to light. I'm going to transfer ruin here, just because transfer ruin seems to be pretty good. And with Alphen, I'm going to use Ignis Ardere again, scouting out weaknesses. Looks like weak to fire and light. With Alphen again, I'm going to use the AoE BP here. No AoE 2. Pomegranate Panacea. With Teresa, I'm just going to spear the beast. I'm going to use it twice just because I missed. No, I do not miss. Second Serpent Out again. It's nice. Now with Alphen, we can go ahead and just I suppose we can poison already. With Olberic, we are definitely going to use Armor Corrosive to weaken physical defense. With Ophelia, we are going to use actually, no, we're not going to do that yet. We're just going to be able to reflect the element to attack. I'm going to stick that on Alphen here. Let's see if our patience trigger. Nope, our patience do not trigger. Now I'm going to use Ophelia's Alferic's Allspice on the Tracer here. Alfric, I guess. On Tracer, so that her attacks trigger twice, or her skills trigger twice. Alphen, I am going to again concourt an AoE BP here. I'm just using it freely at this point, because I don't think I'm going to use that many in the ending fight. I'm going to do max damage. Yep, 9,999 damage. Easy clap. With Tracer, I'm going to do sidestep AoE 4 times. So now all of my allies can avoid 4 physical attacks. Make that 8 physical attacks because of Alfrix's aspects. So yes, I can dodge 8 physical attacks. How can the beast kill me? He can't. The beast literally can't kill me, right? So yeah, anyways, we are just going to shooting star here to weaken him. With Oberic, I am going to use the Rain of Spears, 1,000 Spears. Again, just to weaken defense. Pretty low. Since it's a beast, I'm guessing it's weak to axe, so I'm gonna use an axe. No, not weak to axe. With Trace, is no. Okay, so I need to use Transfer Rune again. Feel the power. So now that I do that, I can give runes to everybody. Perfect. We have Ophelia again. I'm just gonna spirit the beast right there. And it's gonna... The reason why is now that I use rune, I can use a fire rune on everybody. So that now everybody does additional fire damage, right? And then now we can go ahead and use Ophelia to hit twice with the spear. This is also gonna do a lot of damage from the by the way, the damage cap is 9,999. But since Oberic has the skill, the support skill equipped, he does more damage, obviously. With Oberic here, honestly, I'm just going to Energy Pomegranate large, or medium on him. I should be able to kill the boss next turn. You're going to just use an axe, I suppose. There's a lot of damage here. Again, the rune is going to do a lot of damage. Again, more damage. 9,999, there's a lot. I could unlock the damage cap, but I feel like it's unnecessary. There we go, easy boss fight. Again, it's just, Trace is just so OP. I was able to dodge all the attacks. And then with Oberic being so strong. Anyway, second entry. This one's a doozy. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the 1. Grave tidings reached me as I was passing through Victor's Hollow in my travels. My beloved's condition had worsened. I knew my journey must be brought to a swift conclusion, lest I be too late in the end. I made up my mind to sail across the verdant deep. My final ingredient I required was the pinion of an ogre eagle, that most fearsome beast of the sky. They are said to make their homes in the forest of Roubaix, beyond the vast Emerald Sea. When I arrived at the harbor, there was only one ship to be found. It was a grand one, no mistaking that. The captain was none other than Leon Bestral. I recognized him at once, of course. Who could travel these lands without hearing a tale or 10 of the dreaded pirate captain, the very mention of whose name would set even the bravest sailor's heart pounding and palm sweating? Yet I found the man himself to be quite different from the one of the spoken in the legend. Captain Leon Bestral stood at the helm of the merchant trader, which was preparing to hoist sail at the very moment I came upon it. I told him of my haste and implored that he let me aboard. I am afraid I don't let just anyone aboard my ship, he told me, and I felt as though I were being put down to some kind of test. It was clear this was a man who did not easily place his trust in others. My coin purse was impoverished as my hopes. I held out the only thing of value I could offer, my journal. This is the most valuable of my possessions, I explained. Within it, you will find a record of every region of the vast continent, every town I have visited, and every path I have treaded. Surely such knowledge is worth the trouble of having one more body aboard your ship for this voyage. After all, what need had I of such a of such a log then. My journey was nearly over. All that remained was to obtain the final ingredient and hasten home to my beloved side. Captain Leon gave a boisterous laugh and gestured me onto his ship with a grin. You have made me believe the leaves. You'd have me believe the leaves of that old book were more valuable than the leaves of my coffers. You must have quite the journey. I wouldn't mind hearing about it. As he swore my decks. As his ship tossed around the stormy seas, my thought drifted ahead of the wind to where my wife awaited me. I could see her face in my mind so clearly that I felt as though it was only a minute ago that we parted. No, not countless moons. And I prayed that the flame would guide me back to her while the gentle smile still graced her lips. It's almost finished at last, my love. Pray wait for me just a little longer. I knew not what had become of my journal since I parted ways with Captain Leon, but looking back, I am relieved that I left my hands when I did. I'm relieved that it left my hands when I did. Surely it is better that my final entry ended with some trace of hope rather than the bitter pain I would eventually find at journey's end. Oh, goosebumps. Each one of these are goosebumps. Let's switch teams after healing. So that time I took no damage. All I did was use BP or SP. Yeah, Trace is OP. Now we're gonna take this team out for a shot. Again, I've never used a Chubby Kate. I probably should have did that before this recording because I don't know how it works. But it's fine. As you saw, last team was very OP. This team is similar. Not really.
Out of my way.
But it looks like we are up against Yvonne? ? And Scholarly Bones. Again, what we want to do is we want to scour weaknesses here. So I am going to steal SP from Yvonne here. Dagger. Looks like she is weak to dagger. Which means I probably don't want to hit her again. Because I want to wait until the second battle phase. Or I could hit her now, I suppose. But no, I want to wait. So we're going to use Night Ode. We see that the bones are weak to Night Ode. So here we're going to target the bones here. I suppose I can use Firestorm here. See if the bones are weak to fire. No, they're not weak to fire. On it, we are just going to use Arrowstorm. They are not weak to arrows. Yvonne is going to attack, not going to damage. Another attack, that's fine. Now we are going to break the shields here. For Cyrus, I think I might use an ice move. Okay, yeah, this seems fine. Again, the Scarly Bones are still up. Tornado's not gonna do that much damage. I'm gonna use Armor Corrosion on Yvonne here, just to weaken her defense. And now we are going to use Haunted. I don't know, dude. If they're weak to axe, then I might need to ask them a question. I'll ask them one question here. It looks like Primrose gets to move again, so we're going to use Night Ode again to weaken shields. We are going to head and ask the Scholar Book another question to break the shield. And then now, we're going to use what I said, the Battle Cry, now that Yvonne's defense is dropped. This is going to do a lot of damage. 18,000, 18,000, 15,000, 14,000, 10,000, 18,000. Killed the bones. We discovered that Yvonne's last weakness is also the staff. We're going to heal everybody up. And Haunted, again, Haunted's specialty here. I'm gonna save the I'm gonna save these for the final boss fight, so I'm not gonna use them now. We're gonna do Lyco Trap,
Better than a snake.
so that she goes later. Patience activates. I suppose we can sidestep on herself. I should have donated a BP actually to Therion. I should have donated BP. That was my bad. But I'm missing BP.
Out of my way.
Out of my way. Okay. So we're gonna steal SP. I don't know what to do with Primrose here. I guess we can make so that a person's skill triggers twice. Sure, we can throw that on Therion to weaken defense.
Out. Bringer of the flame. Letting the hunt begin.
Again with Honnit, I don't know what exactly I should do here. This will take aim, improve accuracy and critical. Cyrus here, we are going to do the Dauntless Charity. I'm gonna do it on the weakest character, probably Primrose here. So now her items AoE. We have oh, this isn't good actually. I can't really break her shields. Ooh, I should have thought about this a little bit more. Yeah, I guess I'll just waste a turn there. I do want to use an item. I suppose, okay, I know what I'm doing now, actually, okay. We're going to use Energizing Pomegranate Large on everybody. Full BP. I am going to use, just again, should I use, yeah, I should use that. No, I'm going to use, Armor Corrosion on Yvonne here. And then with Cyrus. Oh, it triggers twice, yeah, that's good. And on Cyrus, we can go ahead and use the staff. Break shield. Patience triggers, which is nice. We can go ahead and, I guess damage, right? I don't know. What do I do? Don't need healing. Reflective Veil, I suppose. Able to dodge physical attacks. We'll give that on... Or special attacks. We'll give that on Cyrus. We can do that again. Cleric, we can do Reflective Veil on I guess Cyrus or Therion here. For Cyrus, what we can do is we can analyze, see the health. Oh yeah, Yvonne's dead. Oh, okay. Yeah. Again, just high damage team here. But the boss fight admittedly is easy, so there's nothing hard about that.
Don't start things you can't finish.
Again, I don't mind using items. I got like a olive of life large there and something else. Okay, more reading, yay. From the diary of Headmaster Yvonne of the Royal Academy. Wait, did I say Yvonne was a she? Okay, I'm mixing my characters up. No, Yvonne's a she, right? No. No. Wait. I'm confused. I don't know who Yvonne is. I thought it was, thought it was strange that Yvonne had abs, but, nope. Headmaster Yvonne. Yeah, okay, Yvonne is, yeah, okay, Yvonne's the guy. Never mind. I don't know why I'm referring to Yvonne as she. No, okay, Yvonne, dude, my bad. Again, I'm not gonna explain who he is, but it was 15 years ago when I first learned of that tome. The headmaster's chair was but a dream to me in those days, when my prized student Lucia brought a young woman to me. That woman told me that I was best suited to the position of headmaster. That was no knowledge, no position that should be off limits to a man of my abilities. So she taught me She taught me many things. You see that? I think my controller has drift. One being the existence of an ancient tome containing a long-forgotten secret of old. There are several volumes of forbidden writings in Atlas Dam's great libraries, and no eye but the headmasters are allowed to look upon them. That tome in question is one of these. It is the last extract of the legendary sage known as Salomon, whose name lives on in history to the land of his birth. The kingdom of Bernstein has long since been forgotten. Long has it been said that he who can decipher its true meaning will obtain power over even life and death. The current headmaster is not worthy of such knowledge. What he lacks in intellect only pales to what he lacks in character. I cannot depend on him. I would depend on you. She wished to decipher the secrets of the tome and share its knowledge with the holy alone. Thus, a great sorcerer was needed, one who would be able to fully understand the arcane truth within the tome. The Dondering Fool, who now serves as headmaster, could never do such a thing, but a genius such as you, Yvonne, surely you, of all scholars in the realm, are up to the task. Yes, that was how she persuaded me. It was true that I bore little resemblance to the former headmaster. He was interested in nothing but his studies. His only praiseworthy trait was his tenacity in the single-minded pursuit. But I was different. I knew that knowledge was worth its weight in gold, and more crucially, my intellect far outstripped his. How could the idiots around me fail to realize this? This woman told me that the then headmaster, holding a lofty office he had done so little to deserve, was tantamount to sin, and I agreed. When she asked me if I could remove him, I assured her that it would be the simplest of tasks. And so I had him assassinated just as she wished, leaving not a trace of evidence behind to incriminate myself. Shortly after, I ascended to the headmaster's seat in his place. I encountered the strange woman only once more after that day. When I reported to her that I had murdered the former headmaster, she flashed a chilling smile and simply replied, "So you did." Then she walked away, never again to appear before me. Perhaps removing that man was all she wanted of me after all, I thought. It was no matter. The tome was in my grasp, and I merely set myself to uncover its lies. All the rumors I had heard were true. It was a work of staggering genius. With Lucia was who I was thinking about when I said Yvonne. I think switching Yvonne with Lucia for some reason. With Lucia as my assistant, I was able to obtain other rare and ancient texts from that woman, even if I never saw her again. Yes, everything was going just as I planned, and power beyond the imagination was finally within my reach. How did it all come to this? Damn that accursed Lucia. Damn that heartless, convincing witch. How did I not see? She meant to use me from the very start. I was the one who unlocked the secrets. I who constructed the basic theories of how to effectively control life and death. And as soon as I had done that, she had no more need of me. That was why she gave me a flawed blood crystal and led Cyrus right to me, so that she could dispose of me without dirtying her own hands. You despicable, loathsome, hateful woman, this has not cooled my fury, not fueled it to greater, but only fueled it to greater heights. Curse you and the unholy wish you brought to my side. Would that deceitful Lucia burn for all eternity. May that foul witch lie black, be banished beyond the first reaches of hell. Okay, so again, I didn't take any damage, and yeah, that's it for healing. Another fight, but I think I'm gonna end this recording. I'm not gonna end the video, but I'm gonna end this recording just to make sure I have what my story just like. Okay, we're good. Do battle with the unholy presence. I am ready.
I don't think this one will listen to reason.
So we are up against consuming darkness. Exactly. No, we're up against this dude.
Letting the hunt
Mateus? Mateus. Ooh, okay, Mateus darkness here. We are just going to use just simple bow attack here. I'm going to go ahead and steal SP.
I appreciate
Looks like it's not weak to bow or dagger.
begin. I am ready.
Let's see if he's weak to the darkness. Not weak to the darkness. Interesting. Let's see if he's weak to lightning? No, he's not weak to lightning. Okay. Wait, what is he weak to then? I know he's weak to light.
I am ready.
Or he's weak to ice. Weak to the light? He's weak to the light. Okay.
Letting the hunt begin.
Spear? Not weak to spear. Okay, so we are going to just use Holy Light again. I want to break his shield right now. We are going to sword him. So it's weak to sword, I suppose. We are going to use Linde here. Hopefully sweep. Yep, okay, breaks the shield.
what is the logical course of
I suppose I can go ahead and analyze his last weakness. Now that I have time to, I suppose. Do I want to? Nah. We are going to use... No, actually we will, yeah. We're just going to use analyze. Axe, okay. Doesn't have that much HP actually, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and steal SP. No, oh perfect. I can use armor corrosive, so I can weaken his defense. So next time I do more damage. Perfect.
I am ready.
He does have a staff, so that probably means he's a mage. So we're gonna use reflective veil on Cyrus here. We are gonna go all in. Damage, more damage. That's pretty good, huh? Pretty good.
Letting the hunt begin.
Now we are going to... Honestly, he's very weak at this point. I should just do damage. Yeah, I'm just gonna focus on damage at this point.
What is the logical course of action?
I probably should have donated BP on Therion. That was my bad. I should have donated BP on Therion. I'll do that next time, I suppose.
I am ready.
We can do another reflective veil on herself, I suppose. Black Gale. Two of them get reflected here. I am going to use Blizzard. Just gonna do simple attacks here. He's so weak anyways. I don't remember him having this low of HP. But yeah, there we go.
What next?
Oh, by the way, red health is why I know his HP is low. As you can see, I don't know, it might be hard to see in the recording, but red health Mateus. That means that he's almost dead.
What is the logical course of action?
Yeah, as we see here, analyze him. He had like 20,000 health left. I don't know why I'm playing this so cautious here. There we go, some damage. We are going to HP Thief or SP Thief.
I appreciate
SP Thief. Oops, that was not the move I wanted to use, but I killed him anyway, so we're good. Yeah, I mean, these boss fights are easy. You know. The only thing that takes a long time is reading. Diary from the Diary of Mateus, Prophet of the Cursed Flame. Once, I too believed in the teachings of the sacred flame. I led people in its light as a servant of the church. No one could have doubted that I was anything but a poised believer in those days. When I look upon it now, it all seems so painfully foolish. When was it that I first began to doubt the flame? Perhaps it was after I met Lilac? But no, that was not but the catalyst of what was already growing within me. Even before Lilac appeared, those feelings had taken root in my heart. The small village whose church I had been appointed was destroyed in a conflagration started by a capricious strike of lightning. Oh, I'm so bad at reading. The flame spread before we even knew what was happening. Before we knew it, we were engulfed in hell's fire. Countless were lost into the flame. Even the innocent young children who I loved so dearly. They had committed no sin. They did not deserve to have their flesh seared and their bones turned to ashes. So I prayed to the flame. I prayed and prayed that their lives would be spared. Fool that I was. Even after they were dead and gone, I believed that if I prayed hard enough, they might return to us. That a miracle might occur. And so I offered up every scrap of faith that I had, until at long last I realized the truth. Believing in the sacred flame and praying to it would not bring about a miracle. And if my faith could not bring me and those I love succor in our time of greatest need, then it was worthless. It did not matter to me if the power I needed was forbidden. I would use the power for the force of good and bring about miracles. That was the true faith to which my eyes were finally open. It was not something I had been tricked into by another. I had reached enlightenment. It was only fitting that such a revelation came to me, the one true Savior. While Lilac may not have been responsible for my enlightenment, I am still grateful for her. After all, she was the one who granted me the blessing of 100 years, free from aging. The dark secrets written in the tome could allow a man to cheat death, and I owe her a debt for sharing them with me. I gained eternal life, or close enough, as a true Savior should. I then took it upon myself as my duty to save as many people as I could with the power granted to me. So I set out to kindle a darker flame in our realm. If the sacred flame could be weakened, yet more of Galdera's accursed power would seep through the gate of Finis, and I would be able to claim every even greater strength for myself. I hid myself away from those in the church who wished to stop me, but the long march of time was my ally. It wore away the lives and memories of any and all who once knew me, until it was as if my faith had been washed away like words writ in sand. No one would still live and remember me as an apostate to the church. With enough leaves, all things are possible. Even obtaining a new name is little challenge. And so I worked my way back into the church's grace as the traitor Matthias. Even the venerable Archbishop Joseph did not suspect me for a moment. Every step of the way, fate has shown me that I was in the right. I was able to uncover Galdera's altar because I am right. I was able to use a fragment of Galdera's power to bring about a miracle that I am right. I could become the savior of Whispermill and command its people to do my wishes because I am right. With Simeon as my ally, with Simeon as an ally, I never wanted for money nor power. That doesn't really make sense. The Obsidian served me well, whether they knew it or not. Simeon claimed never to have spoken of me to others. I know not if he meant to use me as a secret weapon against others if the need ever arose, or if it was was simply that he did not trust me, but it hardly mattered. After laboring for so many decades, the time had come at last. I had succeeded in debilitating Archbishop Joseph with the poison the obsidians had provided me. It was a beautiful poison. No one would ever suspect it was anything but a natural death. All that remained for me was to cast a dark shadow on the heart of Liana, the next flame bearer, and the sacred flame would soon burn black. That is what was meant to be. But no, they went all to that farthest reaches of hell. The culmination of all I had worked for was mere inches away, so close I can feel the kiss of the cursed flame. And instead, it was snatched away, that fire snuffed out to leave me in utter darkness and despair. I am the savior. I was meant to bring Galdera's flame to the world. Why should I be left in this black hell? It is darkness here. It is dark here. The blackness is all-consuming, darker than a thousand starless nights. Please, someone, anyone, bring me some light. Healing up here. Okay, we're gonna switch teams again. Because I used this team twice. Okay. And we're gonna go here now. Okay, another boss fight. Simeon flashes a leery smile. Looks like he's only weak to one thing. Unfortunately, we know it's not sword, so it could be spear. Nope, it's not spear, but it is after spear. Silence comes. I am now silent. Oh, Lyric's now silent. Okay, so I know it's not spear, but it could be bow or dagger. I'll try staff. Staff. Okay. So it has to be bow or dagger. Nope, it's not bow. It could be axe, actually. Dagger? It is dagger. Okay, we figured it out finally, guys. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna transfer Ruin with Tracer here. And now I can't use skills because I'm silent. Maybe I should use a silent healing item. No, actually, I should just hit him with a dagger. I'll be fine. Regular attack. We can go ahead and do another dagger here. Boiling Blood. It raises his physical attack and special attack, I believe. Often I am going to use Rehabilitate on Oberic here. Oh, it doesn't matter, does it? No, it doesn't matter. Well, he might... It might matter. It matters if, his patience triggers.
Let's do this.
Tracer, I'm going to use... Probably, yeah, we'll just go ahead and use a Ruin here. We'll use a Fire Ruin. Reason why is so that Ophelia now is going to do lots of damage, chip damage. Break Shield. Fiery Pursuit. I could go greedy with the Brand Stun there, but I think I'm going to weaken defense first. Armor Corrosive. And with Tracer, I'm just going to use Transfer Ruin again on her. Maybe could have used Sidestep, but I mean, whatevs. We are going to use Poison, more additional chip damage. Ophelia, she's going to use that Elspec on Tracer, so now that Tracer is just gonna AoE buff the crap out of the team. Oh, changes weakness. Oh my gosh. Master of Silence. Only silences Oberic. Which is annoying enough. I don't know what his weaknesses are. So we're just going to, again, just search it out. It could be bow. No, no. Oh, fire! He's weak to fire, which is great. Could be weak to sword, right? Yep. Weak to sword.
I'll not be defeated.
You just use daggers, it's fine. Once again,
What's it?
Tracer, we are going to, guess more fire runes? Sure. Yeah, sure.
Fire.
Everybody. Actually, that triggers twice, so I probably didn't need to use all the BP. That was a waste, but it's fine.
Well then,
Okay, Ophelia triggers again. We can go ahead and, yeah, just, again, another dagger hit.
my turn
What I
now.
could do here is, transfer, Oberic silence. Okay, here, what we do? We're just going to... Oh, we're just going to hit. Trigger that. Do another hit. With Ophelia here, I'm probably just going to use a reflective veil on Alphen.
Alright.
Alphen here is going to rehabilitate the Oberic. Unfortunately, Oberic next turn won't be able to use Brand's Thunder. Unless I get a lucky patience trigger here.
Victory shall
I do get a patience trigger, but not a lucky one, I suppose. His corrosion still active. Yeah, okay. Herb of Claymore as your heal Oberic here, but unfortunately, like I said, I don't have enough BP,
the battle is truly chosen.
so I suppose we can just use, like, I don't know, steel. It's fine.
Dagger
That's a lot of damage.
Alright.
What do I do here? I can do more SP, but it's not really relevant right now. Because we can scout more of the weakness, so let's see if he's weak to ice. No, weak to ice. Teresa, we are going to use sidestep. Do her moves still trigger twice? No. Let's sidestep on everybody.
I'll not be defeated.
We're going to use shooting stars. Again, I want to scout weaknesses. Weak to dark right there.
What's it do?
Well, again, we can do more sidesteps. Nice.
Catch me
And it looks like different weaknesses. Master of Silence again on Oberic here.
again. Here I go.
I'm going to use I don't know, dagger. So maybe axe, weak to axe. Yes, he is weak to axe. Second serving, activate again. Lot good chip damage right there. Shooting stars.
Here's our foes.
Nope, not weak to any of those. No, not weak to any of these, unfortunately. We'll just hit a little sword. Just rehabilitate. This silence has been really annoying, so I'm going to rehabilitate for many turns here. Okay, just a little bit of damage.
Well then,
Man, I don't know what to do here. Kind of annoying.
so say goodbye.
Actually, I probably would have done more damage if I did rune activation
Battle
here.
is truly chosen.
Yeah, I don't know. Still HP. Rune hits. Give yourself to darkness. What does that do?
Here we go.
That doesn't do anything, apparently.
My turn now.
Okay, I'm just going to use let's try to use this move. I've never used this move before.
I summon
It hits all weaknesses. They're all elemental. It's like that. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it's still decent damage, right? Patience triggered.
Now
I guess I'll just keep chipping at him. I mean, at this point, who cares? I don't know. That was a disgusting boss fight, to be honest, but I just couldn't break his shields. It was really hard. To again, I'm weak. Okay, anyways, we can heal now. Oh, who needs healing? And then Inspiring Plum. Okay. Crack my neck. From the Diary of Lord Geoffrey Azelhart. I kept my faith. I stayed true to my convictions until the end. Several years before my death, a shadow fell upon my dear noble court, a shadow known as the Obsidians. They brought with them sweet words and false promises, but I would not lend them my ear. Once they came to understand that I would not be swayed to their way of thinking, they came after my life, time and again. I would not allow myself to be daunted. I dug deeper into the truth to uncover their intentions, their lies, or their ties, and the mastermind behind their villainy. And my searches eventually led me to learn of the Gate of Finis. In the end, I was murdered by the men who caught wind of my discoveries. Yet I do not regret my actions. I lived true to the words from my house and did all that I could for the sake of my people. My sole regret is that I left Primrose alone to pick up the pieces of this broken life I left behind. My precious daughter should not have to bear such burdens on her shoulder. Primrose, you stood before my grave and told me, did you not, that you had lived true to what I had taught you? You are strong, my daughter. You found your own cause and purpose, and the purpose you found was the continuation of my very own. You carried on in my footsteps, and finished what I started. My dear Primrose, when I think of how much you must have suffered all alone, all I can do is beg you to forgive me. Now the time has come for you to lay down your burdens and rest. It is time you forget about me and find happiness, a happiness of your own this time. For I will always be with you. Geoffrey Azelhart. Okay. We have... Well, he's gonna attack first. Afraid you're picking a fight with the wrong man. Miguel? Question mark? Yeah, you know the strategy. Find weakness in the beginning of the battle. Save up BP.
Bring it on.
Okay. So I have him down pretty low here. Tracer, she's going to transfer Ruin. Patience triggers, nice. Okay, I suppose I can Concord some BP. From Oberic, I can go ahead and Armor Corrosive. So now he's weak to physical moves, so I can set up for next turn. Crossbeard does a little bit of damage. We can go ahead and use Shooting Stars, break the weakness. So now we can go ahead and I don't know what I want to do. And poison, more trip damage, I suppose. Now watch this. We can go ahead and Brand's Thunder. Do a lot of damage. Then what we can do is we can donate BP to Oberic. So yes, Trista does a lot of stuff, but she can also give BP without having to use an item.
My turn now.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna be able to attack again under weakness. Nice. Use Holy Light. Suppose this might actually kill him.
Is an eye wreak havoc upon me.
Wow, 2-turn boss fight.
With each battle, I grow stronger.
Only it was that easy. We did take a little bit of damage there, but it's no big deal. Spotting Thumb. Here we go. Oh, my neck. From Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the Second. All hope is lost. All hope was lost. My beloved was gone forever. I had finally finished the elixir, but it was too late. Mere days too late. My one true love had drawn her last breath just as I was racing back to her side, medicine in hand and heart raced, filled with renewed hope. For 3 days and nights, I lost myself in tears, a river of tears too deep and raging for me to ford my own way across it. It was after the funeral that the woman found me. Lie Black, she called herself. In the depths of my anguish, my life bereft of all meaning, she asked me a simple question, terrible in its implications. Wouldn't you like to see your beloved once more? That insidious offer, a mere whisper in the wind, took hold of me. Try as I might, I could not close my eyes to it. If it would mean seeing my love even once more, then I would give away my very life without regret. Lie Black spoke of the Gate of Finis, which separated this world from the next. If I could find it and cast it open, I could bring my beloved back to my side. I had heard the legends before, of course, but for the first time I found myself desperate to believe them. Begging the help of one of Kit's companions, I set out to the southeast. It was a fool's journey, but what else remained to me but a fool's hope? On my way, I passed through the village of Clearbrook. There, I came across a young boy, stricken with illness and lingering just outside death's door. Convulsions racked his small frame, and his skin was molted with a purplish pox. I recognized the symptom at once. How could I not? It was the same foul malady that stole my beloved from me. I felt the touch of fate in this meeting. Though I had not been in time to save my true love, I still carried the elixir I had labored so long to create, a remedy that could do nothing for her now. There was no doubt in my mind what I must do, and so I treated the boy with my medicine. Then I looked at the boy's face, finally at peace and in calm repose. I saw my beloved again, and in her gentle eyes I found forgiveness. I hope I can do that too someday. Such were the boy's word to me when he was strong enough to speak again. He told me that he wished to follow in my footsteps and become a great apothecary. His words were a reward I never expected. In that moment, I felt as though my journey was perhaps not a fool's one, after all. I left what remained of the elixir and the rest of my medicines behind with the boy. I set out once more, turning my feet again to the Gate of Finis. Little did I know that I was making the greatest mistake of my life. Okay. One last team swap here. We're getting to the end of it. 2 more bosses left. Or, I guess, mini bosses left. Okay. Do battle with the unholy presence. Already.
I cannot fail.
So we are battling Darius? Question mark. Let's see, he's weak to axe, so we can go ahead and ask him a question. But let's just go ahead and do some elemental moves first. Doesn't seem like he's weak to fire. He stole items.
My turn.
So we can now no longer use items.
I appreciate
Steal SP. We see he's weak to dagger, which is nice. We can go ahead and use Moonlight Waltz here. Not weak to dark. Steal HP. So took a little bit of Primrose HP there. We are going to use an axe, I suppose. Yeah, that's good. Now I'm going to use armor corrosive.
I see.
Weaken his defenses a little bit here. And then we're gonna dagger break the shield. I retrieve back my items, which is nice. Cyrus can go ahead and just I guess try to dig for more weakness this here. We're gonna use Blizzard. Looks like he is weak to ice, which is nice. We're gonna save Hornet's Lake Hole Trap for later. We can go ahead and donate a BP on Therion here. Because of patience on Therion triggers, we can go ahead and go ham and cheese. Yeah, we are gonna go ham and cheese here. Also good is that it also scouts out his weakness, so we know he's weak to pole arm. But the reason why I said that having Therion patience triggered there was good was that now we can donate him BP, and he can go ahead and use that move again for a second time. While defense is still weak. So going again. And we see we eliminated enough, just a few turns.
Where's the nearest tavern?
Yeah, hopefully the last boss fight goes that favorably. Yeah, as you see, not been too hard as of so far. But yeah. From the records of House Ravis. From time of my first memories, I recall my father lecturing me on the origins of our house, and what it meant to be the head of the House Ravis, and on what it was I must give my life to protect. My father had heard the same from his father, and his father from his father before him. The House of Ravis was blessed with many treasures, and many who covet them. To one born into the House of Ravis, such things as a natural and given are as natural and given as the blue of the sky above us. We are blessed with great treasures, and it is our duty to protect those treasures from those who use them for ill. And among all those treasures, there were none greater than the dragon stones. The dragon stones were bestowed upon the first Lord Ravis by the legendary King Beowulf, one of Hornburg. They have been passed down in our families ever since. The stones are said to have come from a land far to the east, and they were worth far more than their weight in gold. But that is not where their true value lies. A power sleeps within them, and it makes them valuable beyond moral comprehension. For the name Dragonstone is no simple fancy. The stone's house of power was the great Wyams, whose names they bear. It is said that the great sorcerer Odin Crossford used the power for the dragon souls to seal shut the gate of Finness. Crossford had campaigned together with King Beowulf and aided him in the founding of Hornburg. My father, when he was still with us, once told me this. Power in itself is neither good or evil. It is the man who wields the blade who decides whether he fights for good or evil. That is why King Beowulf entrusted the stones to the man he trusted above all others, the loyal knight who had become the first lord of House Ravis. Great power can bring about boundless good or unfathomable evil. It is the duty of our house to keep the dragonstones safe and protect them from those who would wield them from dark ends. Yet given enough time, great power will always awaken a hunger in others that would claim it for themselves. Once the dragonstones came to House Ravis, there was no end to those who lusted after them, not to mention our other many riches. Even kith and kin could trusted be stand against such temptation. Once a rumor reached my ears that suspicious parties were inquiring into the whereabouts of the stone at the behest of my own relatives. It may be those who sabotaged the carriage my wife and I were riding on. Okay, sorry. It may be that those who sabotaged the carriage my wife and I were riding in did so at the bidding of my own. So at the bidding of my own blood. Oh my gosh. Oh, my poor Cordelia. What is to become of you? You are too gentle to even doubt another. I fear that many will draw near to you, cloaked in the guise of kindness, and seek to deceive you. Cordelia, I can protect you no longer. No matter how I try to call out, my voice cannot reach you on the other side. Yet I hope you know, though a time may occur when you are betrayed by one of your own, by one you trust, I believe your heart will not falter. You will not lose your faith in people, and this is for the best. For there are those truly holy of your unwavering trust, and you will find them and keep them close at your side. I held onto such faith. I was rewarded with a royal companion worthy of 1,000 other men. Heathcote has been true to me in all things. Surely such a friend will also appear before you, one worthy of your faith. And so I beg you, Cordelia, never stop believing in others, for it is the faith that will save you in the end. Alright. Last boss fight. The dragon scales are impenetrable. Besides axe moves, it seems. The dragon stands majestically over you. We are going to use Moonlight Walks here. Not weak to dark. He is weak to axe though, so I might as well just axe. Let's use Lightning Blast. Not weak to that.
What next?
Let's try it. Bow is weak to that, but not triggered. He blew away Cyrus.
My turn.
That's a shame, isn't it? Okay.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
I guess we're just gonna continue weakening him. This dragon.
Here.
Missed the attack, nice, because Therion has high evasion. And we're gonna use Holy Light here. Is weak to light, can confirm. We are going to go ahead and use Holy Light. This Honnet, we can go ahead and suppose we can just I don't know what I want to do. We'll just attack normally. I have a plan. We're gonna use Armor Corrosive for 8 turns here. With Honnet, we are going to use a BP donate some to. Oh wait, how many did I donate? I donated 3. Perfect. Okay. So I can go ahead and use this. Wait, I used the wrong move. Okay, I still did a lot of damage, but I used the wrong move. That was supposed to be more damage. Oops, that was my bad. I suppose we can use Reflective Veil on Primrose itself. Yeah, that should have been way more damage. That was my bad.
Out of my way.
That's fine. We do know a lot of his weaknesses, so we can go ahead and weaken him down a lot. Dragon Fire. That's gonna get reflected by Primrose here.
Letting my arrow fly and true.
Pole Arms? No, not Pole Arms. Okay. This actually isn't the best of situations to be in right now. HP Thief. Not that really matters.
I am ready.
Primrose, I'm going to heal a little bit.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
And if he's weak to Axe, then that means we can go ahead and Axe like that.
Letting the hunt begin.
Axe again. He's good. We're gonna break his shield next turn. Rendering Claw. Don't seem to have an effect. Rendering Claw on Primrose again doesn't really have an effect.
I am ready.
Strange. Okay. We are going to use this. We're gonna break the shield next turn, so we get an extra turn. Because if I break it this turn, then he revives in 2 turns. But if I break it next turn, then it doesn't. We can donate a BP on Therion next turn to prep him.
For all.
And Cyrus, we can. We're not gonna use an axe attack, because I'll hit twice. So we can go ahead and use Blizzard here. Let's say weak to ice. It is weak to ice.
Letting the hunt begin.
We can go ahead and use double axe on the dragon. With the dancer, I am gonna go ahead and use reflective veil or auspex. We'll use double auspex on Hunter,
Bringer of the flame.
so that her ability is triggered twice now. We are actually going to use the right move here. Windherd's Battle Cry. Oh, we do sword. Oh wait, that just killed it. Never mind. Okay.
Where's the nearest tavern?
Seems like I have been refining my strategies, which is good. And there we go. That's the last. That's the last of them. The last story, or the last. The last story, I suppose. From the Diary of Graham Crossford, Part the 3rd. How could I have been so wrong? All I thought was bring my beloved back to the world of the living. When Light Black told me such a thing could be done, I was all too willing to swallow her pretty words. The moment that I arrived past the gates, I felt a finger of ice run along my spine. Even if my mind had been too slow to recognize it, my very body was repelled by the gate, or more precisely, by what lay beyond it. While I struggled to catch my breath, Light Black stretched out a magic circle on the ground. With practiced ease, as she traced each twisted line and rune, her hand never faltered. How many times must she have prepared for this moment? In her hearts of heart. It was at that moment that I realized just how she had longed for this moment, how fiercely she desired to see the dark ritual to completion. Only by this ritual may the gate be opened. It will not be pleasant for you, but you must bear it if you wish to see your beloved once more. So Light Black spoke as she led me to the center of the magic circle. As she began the ritual, the first thing I felt was a great pain that struck my entire body at once. I was followed by a strange sensation like nothing I'd ever experienced. I felt myself stretching and swelling from the inside out. From the corner of my eyes, I saw my own hand changing into something foreign and awful. And then, the fear. Light Black watched my transformation with a glow in her eye. It was then I knew this ritual was not intended to open the gate and bring my wife back to me. Yes, I know what truly lies beyond the gate of Finis. That horror is what Light Black sought to bring back to our world, and I was to be the vessel. I would be lying if I said I had no idea this was coming. My conversation with Light Black had led me to suspect that this ritual would not work for just anyone. It seemed that she needed my blood, the blood of House Crossford, descended from the ancient line of sorcerers. That is why I must be the one to prevent her plans from succeeding. For if I fail, she will only turn her sights upon my dear Kit. No, I cannot allow it. No, I cannot allow. So while I realized before the end what Light Black intended, I continued to accompany her in her aims so that I could see the truth of the ritual for myself, and foil it however I could. Little did I know I was dealing with a power far, far beyond any mortal's control or conception. I found my own sense of growing faint and distant, and something else internally filling me. I resisted it with all I had but that presence. To that thing, a being like myself, a fragile human spirit, could be crushed as easily as an insect beneath your heel. Then, just before my mind was completely consumed by the darkness, I saw the smiling face of my wife and son one last time. I screamed. The memory of my wife gave me the power to resist that last critical moment. I imagined Light Black herself did not think I would ever strike back at her, but had already grown far stronger than I had been as a man. Even when I only managed to land a single blow on her, it cut her deep. She staggered back, and the ritual was interrupted. This was my chance. All I needed to do was chase after her as she flees and cut her evil at the root, bring everything to an end. That is what I must do. But where am I going? I'm turning into something else, something less and less human. So I wander the lands without aim. There are periods of time that I cannot remember. I come back to myself surrounded by destruction. No memories, but I know it was me. These blackouts grow more and more frequent. They come for me now. No, stay your hand. I am no monster. I am man. I am man. Okay. So I am going to again see my time on this, and then we can go to the final part. Okay. We are done here with the 8 bosses, and now you can see that the Gate of Finesse has appeared. I think I am ready. Oh, okay. I'm going to turn up the volume here. Ooh. Highlands, Journey's End. Last chance to change your party or equipment. Again, no saving, so I've done this 2 hours, haven't saved yet. Form 2 parties for the final confrontation. So yeah, this is why I've talked about having 2 parties. Our primary party is going to be Therion. Secondary party is Team Olberic here. Commence the final confrontation. Quite the stubborn ones, aren't we?
Why,
Where's Kit? That question's on your lips, isn't it?
Kit.
Why, he's right here. He's right there. Standing before your eyes.
Just so.
The 13th god, Galdera, the Fallen. He and Kit are one and the same.
The Gate of Finesse.
The Gate of Finesse was created to seal Galdera beyond the boundaries of this world. And the Crossford family, you see, comes from a long and ancient line that carries the stuff of the Dark God in their veins.
But in truth,
Many years ago, I led Graham, Kit's father, to the same place. I told them that by coming here, he could return his beloved to the land of the living. A lie, of course, but one he was all too willing to believe. All was proceeding according to plan, but in the end I underestimated the strength of the man's spirit. The ritual failed, and Graham escaped somewhere, though he hardly resembled himself anymore. This time, though, will be different. This time I will not fail. At long last, Galdera shall rise again. All the world will know his fury. You too have an important role to play in this historic day. Your flesh, your blood, your very soul will feed the dark god and give him strength. Father, can you hear me? Father, your daughter calls for you.
Galdera, my father.
Oh, Father, pray show mercy on these souls, on these poor wretched souls. Oh, Father, at last, we are together. Brave souls, you too have earned the same reward. So come, let us consume all life on this world. Let us consume the gods themselves. For now and eternity, there is only us. There is only Galdera.
If thou art ready, then so am I. What next?
Oh my gosh, I waited so long for a rematch against this guy. You wouldn't believe it. Yes. Final boss, question mark? Omniscient Eye and Raging Souls. Okay. So, first things first, this boss fight, you have to kill the souls before you can target the eye. As you see, the eye is immune to everything. So you need to kill the soul. Unfortunately, the soul only has one weakness, which is light. I know that for sure from the first boss fight. So we are just going to have to make our way through here. Yeah, this boss fight first time around took me a few hours to beat. So let's hope I don't die here. Anyways, I guess we're gonna start weakening the eye. I don't exactly know what I should do here. This arrow storm. As you see, the eye is completely resistant, and my arrows barely did any damage to the soul. So, Searing Orb basically did half health to Therion. He's gonna die in one more hit. So I guess I'm gonna start weakening the Raging Soul here. At least breaking the shield. Again, I knew it was weak to light. Cyrus, we are going to first aid Therion, I suppose. Again, I'm just building a BP at this point. There's really nothing I can do. So I guess War Master, we can use a Tiger. Oh, we already know that that's weak. He's already weak against that. We can go get the Grass here. It didn't hit the eye, so I don't know if he's weak to it. Oh my god, triple patience triggered. We can go ahead and use actually I have a it's not really worth it, right? Okay. Spear on the eye? No, I don't know if I can even scout out his weakness. I guess at this point I should just try to kill the spirit. It's kind of hard. I guess I could have donated BP on Therion. That would have been a good idea. As you see, I'm pretty flustered. I don't know what to do exactly on this last boss fight. So I'm just doing random stuff for now. So an orb does a lot of damage on primrose. I do want to heal her up. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my first revitalizing jam on primrose. As you see, yeah, saving grace. Wait, that doesn't even do that much. Did I use? Oh, I used the right item. Oh my gosh, this isn't good. Okay. We're gonna heal and then we're gonna use 2 light orbs. No, we're gonna use this now. Okay, yeah, we're gonna use this now. Therion is gonna go ahead and use armor corrosive on the soul. With Cyrus, he is going to use, I guess, first aid on her. I guess actually we can go ahead and use Healing Great Bunch. And that's gonna be better, a little bit better. Actually no, I do want to use a light stone here. Small spell, soul stone here. Just to break off the shield, because next turn I'm gonna AoE with Therion. And next turn is also where I can start using a Cyrus's, you know, his ability to AoE heal. So we're gonna use the battle cry here. Again, we need to kill the soul before we can hurt the eye. And we killed the soul, and now the eye is unprotected, we see. The thing of turn order here, I do think I want to heal with Primrose here. We're gonna AoE heal. For Honnet, I think I'm going to, unfortunately, gonna use another revitalizing jam on Therion. I want to heal his BP and I want to heal his SP as well. For Cyrus, we are going to use Dauntless Charity, probably on Cyrus himself. I don't think Cyrus is going to be too helpful here. And now we go crazy. And next turn, I'll show you why I go crazy. Well, I guess, I mean, I already have really high SP, so it doesn't matter. Angel and Pomegranate, sure. I see AoE healing items. It's pretty broken, huh? We can go ahead and use this. He does not have weakened special defense. I do realize that. Or weak physical defense. I just want to scout out his weaknesses right now. He summoned more souls, and now he is again locked. He has 2 more souls. Honnet, we are going to use Beast Lore, but we don't want to capture. We're going to summon a Chubby Kate against Supreme Buff with the Kate. Let's see what this brings us. Full heal, Lap of Luxury, Opulent Trio. So yeah, as you see, we have invincibility, shields, physical shield, special shield. We have everything. So yeah, we are gonna be using that a lot this battle. Should I use? You know what? Let's go crazy. Let's go ahead and use another AoE revitalizing jam here. I'm just gonna try to do damage at this point. There's really no point in holding out. One of them is gonna be weak to dark, I think. No, none of them are weak to dark. Seems. Patience. Perfect. We can go use another Windhill's battle cry here. Just scout out more weaknesses, because this attack for all the physical damage. So this hits all of them. Perfect. Again, resisted and was able to counterattack. Noxious fumes enveloped the battle. Poison now drains BP and HP as well. Fortunately, there is no there's no poison at the moment. So we're fine for now. And go ahead and use this. counterattack there. I guess I do want to give Therion another BP thing. I'll give a medium on him. Do another AoE attack here. It should do good damage, and this should break, yeah, it breaks one of their shields, which is nice. Breaks both of their shields. Oh, kills both of them actually, never mind. Now we can go ahead and use, Revitalizing Jam on Therion just to recover his SP and his BP. Patience triggers, so now we can go ahead and, we can't break all his shields right now to give Therion the best chance, but we can also summon a merchant full enfeeblement. This should weak defense so that Therion doesn't need to weaken physical defense. Full enfeeblement did not seem to work there. What the fart? Okay, so I do want to break his shield, so we'll go like this. So now Therion's first attack is going to break the shield, and then the rest of his attacks are going to do damage. There we go. There we go. And now the rest should be damage. There we go, there we go. I don't know what to do at this point. We can go ahead and use, because I have 2 turns here. So what do I want to do? I do want to discover all his weaknesses, so we're going to use that on Cyrus's turn. For Therion's turn, we want to weaken defense. We want to weaken this guy's defense. I wonder if I can weaken it now. I can't summon anymore? Uh-oh. Okay, I suppose we could. Well, yeah, okay, I'm just going to use another Revitalizing Jam on Therion here. Nice. I want to leg hold trap really bad, but I can do that next turn. This turn we can go ahead and I guess take aim. So Therion does a little bit more damage, I believe next turn. And then this turn we are going to discover both his weaknesses and his HP. As you see here, he has 500,000 HP. So a lot more than the other bosses, if you remembered. We can go ahead and do another take aim. Good thing Therion activated early this turn, so we can go ahead and try to, we could try to weaken his defense, but I don't think it works right now. So we're just gonna use this again. Damage. There's some more damage. Now Cyrus, he's gonna go ahead and give another Revitalizing Jam on Therion here. Primrose, I don't know what to do with Primrose, unfortunately. I guess I'm gonna just buff my own guys. Skills performed by a single ally that usually targets one foe will affect all foes. Oh, I don't know. Skills triggered twice by a single ally. I don't know. Sure, we can do that on Haunted. Because I want to leg hold trap next turn. Oh, full enfeeblement worked. There we go. We lowered his defense. Perfect. Oh, so it triggers sometimes. Interesting. We're gonna use damage. Oh, now we're hitting the 10,000s. Okay, good. That's gonna weaken the eyeball a lot. And Haunted, perfect. We can use the leg hold trap here to make him go later. Make him go last. It did work. Oh, again, I didn't need to use 4. I can just like boost it twice. That's not bad. Dancer, again, I still have a bunch of resistance, so we can go ahead and use them. Guess who do we want to go first? We do really want physical attack to be more powerful. Almost physical defense, don't really need that, I suppose. I don't know. Guess we can start using Sheltering Veil. I don't know if that would even work, because I do have Yeah, whatever. We're gonna use another reflective veil on Cyrus, I suppose. And then Hornet, another full enfeeblement activated, nice.
Letting my
And for
arrow
Hornet,
find
we can go ahead and use donate BP on Therion. This should trigger
one for
twice.
all.
And we can go ahead and use that again
One
next
for
turn.
all.
Next turn we are gonna try to break his shield, the eyeball shield. There we go. Summons all the guys.
I am ready.
They are also protected, but they're only weak against one thing, as you see there. Makes it a bit more tough. But we are still gonna try to go ahead and break whatever we can here. We can go ahead and luminescence. Full enfeeblement activating again, which is, oh my god, this full enfeeblement is crushing it. Oh, merchant retreated from the battle. Okay, we'll use them again later. Fire, ice, doesn't really matter. Just fire if you want to kill that one. Therion, of course, you guys know what it is. You guys know how it is. It's not going to do that much damage, but it should do decent damage. Oh, it kills most of them. Nice.
Letting my arrow
Oh, that guy's
find.
almost dead too. We can go ahead and use them. Trade wins, I suppose, on him. Okay. Oh, double trade win. I totally forgot that moves triggered twice. Nice. Cyrus now. I really want to use a revitalizing gem on Therion here. Use it early. So next turn we can plan better.
Letting the hunt begin.
With her on it, we can use. I suppose we want to use. I don't know. I really want to kill this this thing. So we're gonna go ahead and use a light soulstone large.
Try and miss.
Hopefully this kills it. Oh, it does kill it. Nice. We can try to break the shield this turn. We're just gonna full dagger just to break the shield. And then of course Therion can go ahead and use this. Doesn't do that much damage, unfortunately. But keep in mind that we can go ahead and use Primrose next turn and get the full enfeeblement guy back up. Lightning Blast, just do some damage here.
Letting the hunt begin.
We can go another revitalizing jam on Therion here. And another one of these bad boys. Unfortunately, not at half health yet, because if at half health it would be yellow. So I'm still have a little bit more work to do, but we'll summon our merchant again. That's damage. So why not? Cyrus, yeah, we are gonna go ahead and use the AoE, what I'm gonna call the AoE healing item. We're gonna use that on Primrose because I don't think she's gonna be that useful. Well, but she does have the, I think Haunted actually. Actually, Lake Hold Trap. I still haven't Lake Hold Trapped him yet. Okay, so we're gonna use this on Cyrus himself. Hopefully Patience triggers once. No, it doesn't trigger. Party stat enhancements have been nullified. Okay. I want to go ahead and use I want to go ahead and use a I guess an energizing pomegranate on Therion. So again, he can go ahead and start breaking the shields. This is gonna hit a few times here. More damage is also nice. He nullified all my status stuff, so I'm gonna have to reactivate my Kate again, or my cat. Cyrus can go ahead and use the revitalizing jam on Therion again. Haunted here can full trigger a cat. Yeah, cat here. Full heal, lap of luxury, omniscient restorative. I am not going to go ahead and do that. I think I also want to use armor corrosive on him. I don't know if that works. We gotta try it. It does work. Okay, so now he's weak. Unfortunately, I can't attack. Guess we'll just use an axe attack. Wait, I'm not gonna block his move next turn, am I? Oh no, is there something I can use? Double dagger, double... No, okay. This is bad, actually. Because I can't double hit him. I should have thought about that. Because now I'm only gonna break 3 shields, so he still has an additional shield to work. Or the opponent still has the additional shield. So it's gonna use a move on me. Oh, more souls, no! Curse of a curse will persist until you defeat the souls. Okay, so now we gotta... can I go ahead and make Therion go faster? Is there a speed? Yeah. I can make Therion go before that. Okay, that's good. I want to do that. Attack, sure. On him, on Cyrus, we're going to use another Revitalizing Jam on Therion here. So the next turn we can AoE hit all these dudes. I am ready. I'm going to want to hit the eyeball here. Okay.
Letting my arrow fly and
for Haunted, I think I'm just going to... Don't know. Summon beast, maybe summon just another cat here. Fairy cat, return to the wild. Thank you for your service. Another one of these. This is gonna do a lot of damage on the eyeball. Yeah, it does a lot of damage on the eyeball. Did not kill everything else though, so they're gonna do a lot of damage. Echoing Darkness. Didn't do any damage. 6 Vengeance to cause pain. I think, yeah, because of how turn order works, I'm gonna need to use the refreshing jam on Therion here. Or revitalizing jam, big difference. Decay. Don't know what that does. I don't know what these numbers mean, but I think I'm gonna kill everybody right now, so. I'm gonna kill all the ghosts, the souls right now. Just a lot of damage on the eyeball is also nice. And those numbers are gone. Nice. Omniscient Eye is actually red HP as you see here. Okay, what do we do? Cyrus, I know I'm gonna use the Dottler guy. For this, I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know, healing, I don't need healing. Bewildering Grace. Oh, we're good. Okay, we're just gonna use a shield, I suppose. Just kind of weak, but I suppose we have to, or we can. Full Enfeelment is perfect. Merchant ran away. Cyrus, we can go ahead and use Charity on him. Sure, why not? Keep in mind that, yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of stuff. Haunted, because he's gonna attack next turn, we are just going to play it safe. We don't want to capture. We use another chubby cat. Let's see. Lap of Luxury. Again, with the cat, I haven't taken a single damage after using the chubby cat. So, chubby cat OP. Patient triggers, interesting. We are going to use Revitalizing Gem on everybody. Really good timing, actually. Then on again, I'm full healed, full DP. Crazy damage here. There we go. Unfortunately, I can't use another one next turn. More souls emerge from the body. Consume soul. Takes them all. Has absorbed them. Okay. Steal SP right now. Ching ching. We're gonna go ham because we have the yep. We have the cat next turn. I guess we can use a. I guess yeah. Okay, I can use a donate BP or Therion here.
One for all.
So next turn we're gonna break shield, and then we are going to hopefully do a lot of damage. Oh, or we break shield now. Why not, dude? There we go. And Therion can go ahead and do this. I think this should be the end of this boss right now because next turn I have another Therion attack. And there we go, Omniscient Eye.
That's that.
Now, let's get down to business.
Your attacks will not reach Galdero. So yes, Galdero the Fallen, Light Black, Abyssal Maul, and Blade of the Fallen. Okay, so he has 99 shield. I actually don't know how this boss fight works, so I could die here to be honest with you. But yes, okay, this is the part where I died because I was unprepared. But hopefully I won't die here. Well, we'll see. Looks like I have to kill 4 enemies, but first I have to kill the Blade, the Maw, and then Light Black. Till we can get to Galdera here.
I will cut you down.
But yeah, like I said, the first thing I like to do is searching out weaknesses. We see that there's no weaknesses. Elements of Augmentation, that's gonna buff the Maw. Eyeing you forebodingly attack. 1000, that's not that bad. Okay. Rune Lore, we can do Transfer Ruin on me so that everything goes AoE. That's what Light Black does, or the Blade. Slash on, oh my god, that's a 3000 damage, that's a lot of damage. I think we are going to, I don't know if this music is too loud. This is my first time listening to this part of the song. Because last time I just died. I don't think, should I heal Oberic again? Maybe not, I don't know. We're gonna use Shooting Stars here. Again, find more weaknesses. Darkened
Bring
Wind.
it on.
I think I'm just gonna go ahead and use Revitalizing Gem. I don't want to risk. I don't know what this boss fight is all about, so I don't want to risk losing Oberic early on. Protection.
Here goes nothing.
They all have boosted physical defense. It looks like, which is terrible for me because Oberic is my main damage dealer. We can go ahead and use the Ignis Art there. Here's a question. I don't know if should I focus on one of them or focus on all of them. I don't know exactly. I guess since we know, let's try to get the Blade down first. I'm gonna focus on one of them. We'll see if that's a good idea. But I don't know if that's a good idea or not. He has raised special defense, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Sure, why not? Let's see how much damage this does. Okay, almost 20,000 is not terrible. Oh, not almost 19,000. Augmentation, so now they have higher speeds, which isn't good. Okay, we can go ahead and sidestep with Tracer, or we can go ahead and use a Rune. I think I'm gonna use a Wind Rune. Let's try to kill this Blade. I don't know if it respawns. I don't think it does. Attack at damage. Hellwind. I can't see Ophelia's health.
I'll do my best.
It looks like we can go ahead and heal more with Ophelia here.
Miracle of healing.
Might have not been enough. Maybe should have healed more on Oberic here. Because Oberic is pretty low.
Let's do this.
Looks like we both triggered twice, which is nice. We can go ahead and use a sidestep on everybody.
Catch me
And Oberic, I know sword doesn't work. Maybe dagger. Okay, yeah, we can restore health. HP thief on the blade.
A small blade.
Nope. Okay, now weak to dagger. Still gonna heal though. That's nice. Wait, HP thief didn't work? Soul healing. Oh, gain more shield. AoE Thunder's not that terrible, to be honest. Go ahead and do this. I can go ahead and use pull arm on that. So yeah, now that is done for. We can heal with Ophelia. So now with Tracer, again, she still has Rune Lord. Oh, she still has Transfer Rune up. So we can go ahead and rest. Would rest be good? Everyone rest, restoring. No, I can already heal. But maybe I want additional heal for Oberic because he might die. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give a... as you can see, I don't know what I'm doing exactly in this battle, so... I'm going to revitalize again to Oberic. With Ophelia, I'm going to AoE heal here. There we go. We'll see what's up next. Nice, I dodged because of the sidestep. We could start working on the other stuff. But I want to really kill this arm here. We're going to do some damage there. Tracer, I think I might want to perpetually have the wind rune for now. No, okay, yeah, I think I'm going to use sidestep. It's my last turn of transfer rune. Let's just do a bunch of sidesteps here. Hopefully he doesn't like kill all my buffs. Consume Aether. That wasn't that bad. Enhancement Darkness. Shadow Aura. All stats elements have been nullified. Oh no, that's not good. I guess Brand's Thunder on the Blade of the Fallen here. It's not gonna do that much damage, but it's gonna do good enough. Yeah, good enough. Okay. I have no way of gauging HP either, but see, I can see the Blade of Fallen that yellow health, which is good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I want to transfer rune Tracer, so maybe I should start just using this, hitting everything. Rune Lord, I'm gonna want to transfer rune on her. The sidestep seems to be working. Unfortunately, it didn't last long. For Alphen, I'm gonna use the Charity. I really want to get the I really want to like use powerful moves. So having AoE, having the AoE revitalizing gem is gonna be good here. Plus, also the healing might also be relevant next turn. Oh, looks like we all get to go again. Nice. Ophelia is not gonna be that helpful. I am going to use a reflective veil on I guess Alphen here. Alphen, I could have actually used more because I had the that was bad. I could have boosted that and had 3 reflective shields, but unfortunately I forgot to. We don't necessarily need. Oh, too bad. We're gonna use the wild one because we want to heal SP too. Forgot about that. We can go ahead and use another Bram's Thunder on the Fallen. Blade of the Fallen for more damage. Miss Cutter. Yeah, it's gonna hit all of us. We're not all blind. Declaration. That steals 2 BP from Alpha here. Transfer rune on Tracer is active, so now we can go ahead and sidestep. 4 times for everybody. Hopefully Alpha doesn't die. Shadowy Eye, so that reduces attack, I suppose. Unfortunately, I still don't know what the arm is weak to, so. And also, my physical attacks might not even land through here. I guess we can go ahead and use 1,000 spears. I wonder if any of these will hit. Interesting. So we know that the blade is not weak to that.
Shucks.
Again, I probably should have used oh, I could use an AoE healing item that heals my blindness, but I don't think it matters. I guess we just rely on J's on everybody. Just for health and BP. I should be more aggressive on my BP. I keep forgetting. So we're gonna be a little aggressive here with our shooting stars. Oh, that broke the blade. Nice. That's one less thing to worry about. I guess now we can work on the bottom part, light black here. We can use Lux Conjure, that would break her shield. Next turn, Oberk can Brand Thunder her. Unless I miss, which I don't think I will miss. I won't miss, will I? The Veil of Darkness expand. Oh, more shields. Oh, frick. Hopefully this doesn't miss. No, it doesn't. Okay, that does decent damage right there. I like that damage. We are gonna go ahead and use. Okay, use yellow. We're gonna go ahead and use Healing Veil. Let's do Reflective Veil on Alphen to play it safe. Tracer still has runes up, so we are going to use. Or she still has the rune transfer, so we're going ahead and use them. Should we use the blade move to find weakness? Should we? Yeah, because we don't know the Maul's weakness. So we can go ahead and use this. Just to scout out elemental moves. Oh, there's only one target. That's fine.
I summoned Balthazar.
He's weak to no. The Maul is weak to no elements. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're going ahead and use a revive. Wait, is this still AoE? It's still AoE. Nice. Next turn, I think I need to refresh that. Unable to use magical skills. Wait. Oh, I can't use certain skills. Okay. That's fine. I'm going to use Veils on Tracer, maybe? Sure.
I will protect your barbs.
Shucks.
For Alphen, I can go ahead and. That's bad. I guess just use amputation. Actually, we're gonna unleash. Amputation, maybe? On the Abyssal Maul, sure, why not? I missed! Oh no. Yeah, that's why the blindness is still active, so I can still miss. We're gonna try to hit light black here. Nice, that does damage right there. They're both weak to blade, so we can go ahead and use a blade here. Oh, I missed the light black.
Shucks.
With Alphen, we can go ahead and yeah, how long can I not use these attacks? Because it's really bad, because I can't break the shield easily if I can't. Guess we'll use Charity on him again, so we can get AoE revitalizing gems. Nightmare. That does magic damage, but I reflected some of it.
Let's do this.
Do I need to worry about Oberk dying? I hope not. We are going to use Transfer Ruin, because I don't have Transfer Ruin active right now, I don't think. Yeah, sure.
Feel the power.
I think Ophelia's gonna heal next turn.
I will not be
Yeah, we're gonna heal here. Oh, can I not heal? Oh, I can't heal. That's not good. I guess we could use healing grape bunch. No, we're gonna go ahead and use revitalizing jam on Oberic here. Attack, miss because of sidestep. I think light black is low enough that this could kill her, and I really want to kill her. Let's try it.
I wreak havoc upon thee!
Nice. Okay, all that's left is the maw. There's really no point in healing, but I suppose I could on Ophelia. I don't know what her I don't know what the Maw's weakness. We know that the Maw doesn't have any elemental weaknesses, so we can go ahead and try other moves. Like maybe I'll try staff. No, staff is not good. Have other weaknesses now. Fantastic. We are gonna go ahead and use sidestep. Do I need sidesteps anymore? No. Different weaknesses, so they could be elemental. And actually, it probably are elemental. So we can go ahead and just use like fire rune on everybody. But they could not be. Who knows? I know it's not sword, but maybe like axe. Axe is one. So there we go. We found out one weakness. Elemental augmentation. Patience triggers. So we can go ahead and sidestep everybody again. We'll see. Let's just go ahead and do that.
Alright.
Do I still have the I might still have them. Yeah, okay, AoE, that's definitely the play right there. There we go. I can go ahead and use like a thief skill. I can use like steel SP or something. I don't know. He is weak to dagger, that's good to know as well. Nightmare. Yeah, well, let's try to break the shields this turn as well. Shattered Aura. Elemental augmentations have been nullified. I don't need Elfin's skills, but I do like Trace's and Ophelia's, so I'm gonna not break the shield with them. Sorry, transfer ruin. We're going to ask this guy a question. Crush Flame has been lifted, so now I can use, I can probably use that. Okay. Ophelia, I'm going to use, I'm going to use Elfin Aspect on probably Tracer here. So that Tracer sidesteps trigger twice. Patience is nice. We can go ahead and use... We could use Dave's Curse, Armor Corrosive, the Abyssal Maw. Oh wait, no, next turn I can't attack. Oh, what am I thinking? I should have used that normally. Oh my gosh, bad. HP Thief, I suppose. Oh, that was really bad. That was horrific. Oh, now the body is able to get hit. I didn't even notice that. I guess we can use shooting. It's gonna be super resistant, but we can use like shooting stars and stuff. Or maybe not, I don't know. Shadowy Aura.
Here we go.
All stats on foes have been lifted. Yeah, so that Oberic the last turn was useless. We can Concourt some BP, which would be really nice. Pomegranate?
Try this.
Let's do this.
We are going to sidestep like, maybe not like crazy. So we're gonna sidestep 6 times. Sure, why not? Because we're Alfric's thing as well. So yeah. I should be able to dodge a lot of physical attacks. Good here.
I'll do my best.
Ophelia's going again. We can go ahead and use Reflective Veil on my weakest member. I'll use like 2 of them on Elfin here. Next turn we really want to break shields here. Attack, that's going to miss because of sidestep. Go ahead and use a bunch of axe moves. Augmentation. Oh, it goes first next turn. Okay. But this is okay. This is okay because I can steal SP. Next turn, hopefully, old beer can kill this thing.
Well then.
We can go ahead and... Oh, I don't have something that can hit it. What does Tracer? Tracer has dagger, right? She probably has axe or dagger. Oh wait, I have dagger. What am I thinking? Okay. There we go.
Here I go.
And now we can go ahead and use a ruin here. I guess we'll use light ruin. Sure.
Light.
Should trigger twice here. Alphin going again. Can he do anything relevant here? Does he have Dauntless Charity? We can go ahead and use another revitalizing. No, he doesn't. Okay. Last stand. I don't know. Rehabilitate maybe on Oberic. Or remove the stats conditions he has. Oh, remove it by 1. Maybe that wasn't. Wait, it didn't even remove anything. That was useless. Transfer ruin. Do I still have transfer on? I do. We can go ahead and sidestep more, I suppose. Next, we're gonna hit with old Beric here. This should kill the Maul. It does not. Oh, that didn't do that much damage as I thought it would. The Rune does 8 damage, which is fantastic.
I'll not be defeated.
Ophelia, I can use the, This is actually kind of bad. Next turn, Alphin, I'm going to probably use the BP share thing. So we are going to use Reflective Veil on Tracer, sure.
I will reflect your bars.
Eyeing me forbiddenly, I didn't do anything, which is nice. Concord, Dust, and Pomegranate. Okay, hopefully next turn there isn't bad stuff happens. Patience triggers on Ophelia. Guess we can use like a dagger move. The rune is gonna hit. Oh, the rune actually killed the Maul, did it not? Oh, all that's left is Galdera. Let's try to find his weakness. I don't know what his weakness might be. We're going to use Steel SP here. Wait, he's still... What? How do I hit him?
Let's do this.
Wait, what? How do I hit that? I don't know. We'll use this? None of them hit, so how can I find his weakness? Maybe something will happen this action. The soul of dead rears ominously before you.
I'll do my best.
Okay, all good, all good. We're going to use shooting stars to find weakness here.
Here's our
He's bad against light. Nice, I have light rune active. Is that true? I have light rune active, so yeah, it's gonna do good damage. Please be weak against axe. That's not weak against axe. Oh, happens triggers twice, which is nice here. He has 3 moves, which is scary. Maybe I can bank on the fact that he's weak to one of these to prevent the moves from activating. Let's do dagger. No, I already did dagger. It didn't work. Well, it was when I couldn't hurt him. He's weak to dagger. Nice. Here we go.
No failure.
We can. We're actually gonna full armor corrosion on him. No, not full.
The fool's guard is down.
That does activate. Nice. With Elf in here, we can go ahead and use the. Oh, okay. Dauntless Charity on Elfin. No. Sure, actually, that's fine.
Lend us your aid.
Patience. That's fine. We're gonna use Brand's Thunder here.
I wreak havoc upon thee.
Good damage, 95,000. Plus a little bit of chip. Let's try to find more weaknesses. Let's say he's weak to Spear. No, not. Oh, he is weak to Spear. Okay, that's good to know for Tracer. Which for her, how many side steps do I have left? Let me see. I have 7 more. Okay, so I can go ahead and use them. I can go ahead and use something else. You know that light's weak. Let's use this actually. Let's see what his elemental weaknesses are. Weak to ice. Okay, probably the last thing is Spear or something. With this, we can use Reflective Veil. Because I really like the Reflective Veils here. We're gonna use them on Oberic.
I will reflect your barbs.
All right.
With Alphin, we are going to Revitalizing Gem.
Try this.
Gains Shields, Eternal Void. That's not gonna hit because that's a special attack, so it's gonna get reflected. No
That's what I'm
freaking way,
talking
guys.
about.
No freaking way. I need to end this recording just to make sure I don't run out of storage like an idiot. Okay, I still have storage, or a little bit left, so hopefully this ending is quick. I did not expect him to die that easily. To be honest. I think that's the end of it, though. Let's see what's next. I literally don't know what's gonna happen now. All 8 of us fought against the final boss. Guys, I'm so freaking hyped about this. I'm not gonna lie. No, I am all-powerful, eternal. I will not return to the darkness. I will not. Where am I? I see. Thank you, my friends. She told me that I could meet Father here, but it was all just a lie. Kit. Father? Mother? Kit. Oh, how you've grown. This is Graham Crossford. Ya boy, Graham. No more knows what fate holds for them. All these years, I had thought my journey a futile one. Only now do I know I was not so, all because of you. In journeying here, you have not just found meaning in your own lives. You have sealed away the darkness and restored light to all of Orstera. Orstera, I don't know what the continent's name is. Orstera. For this, I thank you. Live on for us, Kit? Or live on for us, Kit. That was the question. Live on and live strong. And so, I guess we've sealed the gate of Finis? Evil no more? For life is a journey. The places you go, the deeds you do, the tales whose heroes you become. Every road is yours to take. So journey forth, friend, into this great world we live in. and find an adventure all your own. I obtain money and sparring ribbon. So I suppose we are done. Or I'm done with the game. At Journey's End, the Dark God Galdera defeated, the Gate of Fitness has been sealed away once and for all. Reunited for one precious moment with his father, Kid resolves to continue his journey till the end of his days. You can fly. It looks like Gate of Fitness right there. Well, there you go. That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's it. You know, sparring ribbon, wards off all enemy encounters. Well, I suppose. Thank you so much for watching. Man, this project was. I need to show you this, right? Look how many. Oh, I can save now. Should we save another profile? 3 hours, guys. Oh my gosh. This was where we started this episode. This is where we end this episode. Yeah. So there we go. The ending. Obviously, I'll probably talk about that in another video once I actually make my full playthrough. But yeah, it's been fun. I didn't believe that the last boss fight was actually surprisingly not as difficult as I imagined it would be. Of course, I was prepared like crazy. 60 hours plus, you know. The MVP, Revitalizing Jams, guys. Revitalizing Jams was MVP. I didn't even use a single olive of life. But yeah, there you go. At Journey's End, that ends, I guess, this. Again, like I said, thank you so much for watching. This has been crazy for me to prepare. But it's well worth it. Again, hopefully, I'm recording this before I have any sort of Octopath Traveler playthrough on my channel. I really, really want to make an Octopath Traveler playthrough. I don't want to record it on Switch, but I might have to. This ending really hyped me up. But yeah, wow. Okay, I mean, that's kind of it. Thank you for watching, and I suppose I'll probably revisit this at a later date and talk about the story and everything, because the story in this game is fantastic. So yeah, okay. That was me. Thank you for watching. Octopath Travelers, guys, at Journey's End.